What's up, everybody? My name is Wasel. I'm a Latin pop artist out of Houston, Texas.
Hoy andamos en la calle, huepa, huepa, huepa. Toda la noche vamos a darle, huepa, huepa, huepa.
I was born actually in Colombia, and at the age of 5, I actually came to America. I was raised with a musical background because my mama, she listened to a lot of salsa and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I was also raised in New York City for a few years, so I started adapting to the we'll call it the hip-hop environment. And one of the things that I loved about hip-hop was that you were able to express yourself, be yourself. You didn't have to worry about what anybody said, and that's one of the things that inspired me to actually get into hip-hop and start writing. But most importantly was the fact that I was able to express myself through poetry. And once I started realizing that I can express myself through poetry, I realized that I could turn my poetry into music, you know, because I was just one of those kids that I didn't like to tell people how I felt. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys go through that. So one advice I give you guys is write about it, because if you don't want to tell nobody how you feel, you could at least write about it and release it. And that's exactly what I did with music. So I could tell you that I listen to a little bit of everything. I love rock and roll, I love EDM, I love alternative, I love hip hop, I love Spanish. I think that music is emotion, it's feeling. It's not so much a genre for me. It's more like, this is what I feel. So my thing is, if you're musically inclined, just enjoy the music, enjoy the vibe, enjoy the energy, create that amazingness with sound and lyrics. I think that's a beautiful thing. One of the most beautiful things that happened to me in the past year and a half was some of the placements that we got, you know. I was able to do a record, actually a few records with Scott Summers, and those songs got placement on Neon, Netflix. They got placement on Hulu. They got placement on Miguel Wants to Fight, the trailer. They got placement on a couple other shows, but you know, those things actually help elevate, in a sense that helped me realize, you know, the power behind syncing, the power behind what your records can do and how broad they can actually be expanded, or how far they can go. I love the fact that, you know, people listen to some of these records and they were able to put them on a movie or a show, because it lets me know that some of the records they were putting out are connecting with people, and that's a beautiful thing. They're connecting, whether it's your movie, whether it's your show, or whatever it is. And it's been an amazing journey. I tell a lot of people, you know, one of the things that you do have to get into is syncing, because it does help you elevate, it helps you grow, it helps you understand a different level of yourself, because at the end of the day, now you're writing for shows, now you're writing for movies, and you always have to keep that into perspective if you're trying to do syncing, right? But I think the fact that my records being on those platforms helped people understand how serious I am about this, how determined I am about this, how passionate I am about this. So shout out to the entire team at BMG for believing in me and putting my records out there and putting them on all these shows, and for all the producers and everybody who believed in me. And I tell you guys, man, get into syncing. And when you write, sometimes write for shows and write for movies, thinking, you know what, I want my song to be on that show, or look up things that, you know, movies coming out in the future, be like, oh, what can I write that could possibly be in that movie or be in that show? So I mean, I think that it's a beautiful thing, and I was really excited and so happy when I saw my song was on all these shows, and there people were sending me messages, yo, you're on Netflix, hey, you're on Hulu, hey, you're on Miguel Wants to Fight, what the heck? I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. And so it's an amazing thing to be able to do syncing. So guys, keep that in mind when you write.
Let's get ready to You can't fight a kid with a broken arm.
You want to sign my cast?
What's going on with you, Miguel? Huh?
So one thing that I like is, of course, about myself, is that I'm proud to be a Latino. I'm proud to be able to speak Spanish and speak English and be able to connect and tap into multiple cultures, right? Because there's so many countries out there that speak Spanish, and we have to take advantage of that. So when you write songs and stuff, and you're putting songs in Spanish and in English, I think you could reach a larger demographic and tune in more with more different people, right? But I think right now is a perfect time to be Latino. You know, it's always been hard, you know, especially in the hip hop industry. It was really difficult back in the days to be a Latino and say, okay, I want to rap, I want to do that kind of stuff. And right now we have to use that as an advantage, but at the end of the day we have to use it in a good advantage. We have to empower each other, especially the Latinos. You know, we have to, you know, help each other. You know, I always notice that, you know, in certain cultures, certain Latin cultures, people are envious and greedy. We can't be greedy and envious with each other, especially we're so big. I mean, if you really think about all the countries and everybody you could tap into the world when you're Latino, you could tap into pretty much the entire world, right? So I think right now we're at a time where Latinos need to empower each other, believe in each other, help each other out, because we are such a large, beautiful culture, and we could bring so much. I mean, from food to dancing to different styles of music to different tunes. And I mean, imagine putting all that together and what we can do. And I think that's the one thing I love about being Latino, is that I'm at that stage right now. I'm going to put rock, I'm going to put EDM, I'm going to put electronic, I'm going to put salsa, I'm going to put merengue, everything in a song, because I grew up with that. And I think every Latino needs to embrace everything that they go through and everything that they feel and put it into their music if they're doing music. You can find my music ready for your next project at bmgproductionmusic.com.